Welcome back to another episode of Believe It or Not. Today we got a viral video we're going to discuss, and in the comment section I need to know whether you believe it or not.
It did in fact happen that many enslaved people got 40 acres and some of them got a mule, but the government then took it back. The truth of the matter is, after the enslaved people were freed, a group of black ministers met with General Sherman, who was the Union general, and explained to him that these formerly enslaved people would not be able to support themselves if they didn't have a means to do so. And a lot of people get that wrong because they think General Sherman came up with this, and it wasn't him. It was the black ministers that went to him, who suggested that they be provided land and then they could till the land with their own labor and be able to support themselves. I would not consider that a handout, because had they been paid for their labor for years and years and years that they were enslaved, they would have been able to buy that land 100 times over. So I don't consider it a handout, but whatever. Even if you do, that was the idea. So he did a special field order number 15 that set aside 400,000 acres from Charleston to the St. Johns River in Florida to be given to formerly enslaved people. So it's important to note there were 4 million formerly enslaved people, and there was 400,000 acres. So 10,000 people out of 4 million would have this opportunity in the first place. And it was actually done, and those 10,000 people got 40 acres. The mule had nothing to do with the 40 acres, had nothing to do with Special Order 15. This wasn't just altruistic either, because the Union ended up with all of these basically refugees. They have no way to provide for themselves. And the Army has been having to pay for food and shelter them, etc. So this is also a logistics problem. How do we take care of them? And simultaneously, it was a way to punish the Confederates, because they took the land from the Confederates, the 400,000 from the Confederates, and they gave it to 10,000 enslaved people. Okay. So this was all done under Lincoln. Well, unfortunately, and along comes Andrew Jackson, noted racist, who promptly reversed it, took all their land back. Why? Because he recognized very quickly that that land is all along the Delta. That's some of the most fertile land in the country, right? So you just gave the people who know how to farm it, the formerly enslaved people, some of the richest land in the country, rich as in the soil is rich. So they convinced Andrew Jackson to take the land back from the black people and give it to the wealthy white farmers. What do you think waterfront property is worth today? In fact, we don't have to guess about what that waterfront property was worth, because we know what it was worth. That land, that particular 400,000 acres, today is worth $640 billion. Had Jackson, the noted racist, not overturned the 40 acres, the wealth gap would have been so much smaller. And then the ultimate irony is, so many of those displaced, formerly enslaved people ended up back on the same damn plantations, working for the people who now had their land.